Okay. Hello, what's up, dude? Check the cord. Okay. Ooh. An Oreo jar. Whoa. I'm distracted. Okay. I love Oreos. Probably my favorite little snack 'em. Why are you attacking me in the middle of the day? What's going on, Malachi? Just all these mobs spawning in the middle of the day. I changed my hearts? What do you mean? To chests? What? Oh, that's weird. No, I didn't do anything. Shows up as hearts for me. Interesting. Maybe they're doing something with like Minecraft. Something like that. I don't know. Who's to say? Mob, what's going on? Why did that autocorrect to soup? Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. Maybe I can just put the file that holds the mods in there. That's probably the biggest file, though, so... Thank you for sharing, Mob. Appreciate you. Okay, there should be a big cave right around here. No, I decided to move that to Wednesday so I can spend more time on... Because the problem is if I do it Monday, I have to go in the office on Tuesdays. So I have to, like, get off, like, early. So to me, it made more sense to, like, do it on Wednesday. You know, when I can stay on longer. That way we can actually, like, get some time. Because I feel like 2 hours, like, you don't really get anything done in 2 hours. That's also what I was thinking, is just making like a Google Drive or something to put the mods in. There we go. I was about to say, I know that there's a cave somewhere. I am using a mod pack that I built myself. There's 92 93 now. 93 mods in this mod pack. They're all quality of life or visual. The sun is part of my shaders, so I'm using complementary unbound for my shaders. And that changes the sky and the water as well. But that's why I have like dynamic, like soft lighting and everything. Let's see. Hopefully we can get some diamonds. I don't remember why, but I had to like come up for some reason. So I couldn't fully explore this cavern. This is the newest episode. Or no, sorry, not the newest update. Sorry. Hussein, thank you for the follow. This is still 26.1.2. We'll get some more iron. Why not? I believe the first version of it is, but the problem is there's not really a lot of mods available for it yet since it just came out. That's the problem with playing modded Minecraft, is like whenever there's an update, you can't just like immediately go play the new update. Because like 90% of the mods I'm using aren't available yet. Like they haven't been updated. Okay, we just need to eat real fast. So, I had a hardcore world that was going really good. I had diamond and everything. I was about to start enchanting. And, this zombie had the strength effect, the speed effect, the regeneration effect, and, like, another effect. And it two-tapped me. And I was in full diamond. Yeah, to my understanding, the first full release is out for the new update. Just saying, thank you for the share. Appreciate you, my guy. Okay. There's gotta be more diamonds down here. It can't just be one. There we go. What's going on, brother? Bob, thank you for the heart, me. Appreciate you. Ukiora. Ukiora. It's okay. I was playing Call of Duty with Lex's cousin and her cousin's boyfriend the other day, and I've never met the man in person, right? And I kept calling him Brendan, and his name is Braden. So then I just kept purposely calling him the last name. I was like, yeah, Bartholomew. Like, Brett. What in the hell? Oh my god, dude. I was super excited for that world, too. All right, let's lock in. I'm being too lackadaisical about this. I should have used my water bucket. Dark forest, shrublands. There's a ruined nether portal. I made this mod pack. So there's 93 mods in it. It is all visual or quality of life mods, so the general gameplay should be the same. Yeah, hardcore part 6 trillion. I just get myself in bad situations way too frequently. Before you ask, I would go down there, but there's a spawner. Ooh, free iron, free iron. A pet pigeon? That's pretty sick. I did like that world because I had this like little jungle island. But it's okay. We weren't that far. Because this is Pinewood, and whoever made this mod decided that Pinewood is green, which, fun fact, it's not. In case you guys didn't know. A Lego pigeon. Priscilla, thank you for the follow. Parky, what's going on, brother? Welcome back. Or is it Chris Silent? Now that I'm thinking about it. I need more easy iron. I feel like we have to take advantage of this opportunity here. Goodbye. No, this is Patrick. Dude, there's no in between. I either have like a fantastic spawn or like the worst spawn ever. I'm either like in the middle of like an iceberg biome or like right next to good stuff. Alright, this way. Let's go this way. Frost, what's up, brother? Welcome back. I'm sad, guys. I was up y'all's time. I was on at 3 a.m. Saturday night. Missed out on all my international homies. Oh. Interesting. Sir Ignium. Brownie, welcome back, brother. Okay. This is pretty cool. I'm sorry. I went to an early dinner with Lex and one of our friends. I did 2 late night streams in a row. And where were you guys? No, I'm kidding. Okay. That should be good enough for now. That's the funny part about the international streams. You know, like when I'm like, it's really late at night, they're like, yeah, it's 9 a.m. And I'm like, that's so crazy, it's 3 o'clock in the morning for me. But then I always get hit with the, why are you awake? You should go to sleep, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, leave me alone. Let me make bad decisions. That looks like a jungle. Not that we're gonna live in the jungle, but it looks like one. I should have made a boat. I did eat. That is why I was a little late to the stream today. I've only been live for about 15 minutes. But me, my wife, and one of our good friends went out for like an early dinner, I guess. I had a queso burger. It was delicious. Also didn't realize those are flowers. So that's like a weird giant flower biome. I don't really like building in them because they don't have any actual trees. You know what? We're just gonna use the pine because it's ugly. A queso burger, so I had a burger where the patty was made out of chorizo sausage instead of just regular beef. And then instead of a slice of cheese melted onto it, they pour like queso, which is just cheese with like spices in it. It was very good. Queso. Right? No, now I'm second guessing myself. What's over here? So there... Please be an island. Oh, dude, it was delicious. It was also, unbeknownst to me, I did not know this until I was paying. It was $10 burgers today. Fantastic. $10. It was half a pound. This is a big old burger. What's up, Dave? I inhaled it too. It's the only thing I ate today. Didn't have breakfast or lunch. Oh man, I wanted that to be an island so bad. That's good, brother. I'm glad you're doing good. Alright, we can make that work though. We can do a peninsula. Alright, bro. I get it. I get it. I get it. I'm sorry. What happened again, boss? I am running a... Why did I make a shovel? Is this an island? No, it's just a peninsula. That's fine. So I'm running a 5060 Ti, the 16 gigabyte model. My CPU is a Ryzen 7 7700X. I have 32 gigabytes of RAM, a gigabyte B850 Aorus. I hydro cool it with a NZXT Kraken. I've got some added fans in there, and then I have 2 terabytes of SSD and a terabyte of hard drive for just like random garbage. Thank you for the follow, Dave. Appreciate you. Yeah, my computer's pretty nice. I've put a lot of time and effort into it, for sure. It is my baby. A lot of time, effort, and money. Can't forget that part. Actually... I am not, because a lot of these mods have not been updated for the newest version. So I'm still running on 26.1.2. I also like blue. Blue's a good color. Okay, let's get a furnace. Get some charcoal going. I do not. So like I said, the newest update, a lot of these mods aren't ready yet. They haven't been updated. So I am waiting until at least a good chunk of them are ready, like updated, and then I will update it. Probably as far as I can. My main goal is to do like a large build with hardcore. Because on my other worlds, I have a lot of large builds. I just thought about this. Hang on. My main goal is to blow up. I am on all the platforms. Same name, same logo. Alien, what's going on, brother? A wool, kind of a lapse. Honestly, I'd rather have it end now in the beginning rather than later on. Like this. I'm doing alright, man. Pretty chill day, nothing crazy. It's been super hot in my house, but we're living. I got a little fan going here, but it's not really working. It keeps dying, which is weird because it's plugged in. Is this a desert? Oh, I got so excited. Ooh. Nope. Interesting. Pillager Tower. I mean, it's kind of a desert. It's just like an orange desert. I think the thing I have charging the fan just isn't strong enough to actually charge it. See, like, I don't know how I feel about the spawn. Obviously, like, there's a cave right there. That's pretty cool, but outside of that, not the greatest of spawns. Well, I just had it off for a while, and I just turned it back on, but it's already flashing at me, so I can tell it's gonna die soon. jobs. Alright, let's get a tree. And I think my plan is we just sail out of here. Welcome back. Because none of this is, like, good. I am finished with college. I graduated in 2020. I am the senior corporate compliance analyst for a major auto manufacturer. Which basically just means my job is to make sure we don't get in trouble and we follow all the local, state, federal, and international laws. I mean, sometimes I miss school, but I definitely like having adult money. That part's pretty sick. Hey, thank you, Dave. Appreciate you. We're always hiring. What do you mean? Prophet, welcome back. We have jobs in Europe. This boat's glitched too, man. What's up with all these boats glitching? A ocean temple or monument. We have jobs in England, France, and Germany, mostly. There's other places too in Europe, but those are the big ones. I am doing all right, brother. I'm just hanging out. Why? What's wrong with rolls? Oh my god, how big is this ocean? Pretty big. Dear God. The submarine said, thank you for the follow. You gotta get over that if you want to work for a megacorp. They do strange stuff. I feel like once a corporation reaches a certain size, inevitably they start dabbling in the military-industrial complex. Oh my god, dude, how big is this freaking ocean? What's a little war, okay? You know, everybody's doing it. All the cool kids are going to war. My company doesn't outright dabble in the wars, but you know, they participate a little bit. They do some light participation. Yeah, but it's like mostly parts. Mostly. And like hydrogen powered vehicles. You guys want to know something that's like absurdly American? That I love. I'm extremely proud of this fact. So my company developed these cars for military use that are basically just meant for like transporting troops quickly. They're just like light squad vehicles. Dream, thank you for the follow. And they run on hydrogen. Well, you know how like hydrogen's like super flammable and can like explode under certain conditions? Well, to like mitigate that fact, what they did was when the hydrogen fuel cells get depleted to a certain point, they added a launcher system to the cars. So you press a button and it takes the semi-depleted hydrogen fuel cell and launches it like a mortar directly at enemy combatants. Isn't that sick? Isn't that the sickest thing ever? I don't know, this village... Whoa! Village right into a mine shaft? I feel like that's pretty cool. You know, it's like... You're done with the hydrogen anyways. You might as well, you know, give it to them. Didn't realize you're so greedy, mob. You want all that? You want all the depleted hydrogen for yourself? I think it's creative use of a problem that didn't exist. You know how like most places you like solve problems, you like find solutions, right? Well, we found a problem. It was awesome. There's other cool stuff my company does, but I can't tell you about it because then you'll immediately know who I work for, so that makes me kind of sad. That are not military related. They're civilian applications. How did I... This whole village is like in a giant crevasse. Everybody's so creative. Oh, I mean, none of it's top secret. It's just... I would never leak classified information, but I don't want to tell people where I work because I'm afraid of people trying to troll me and sending weird stuff to my company. Because it's not hard to contact them. Peace out, Dream. Appreciate the follow, my guy. Alright, mobs are spawning. We're just gonna take over this house. I feel like see, I didn't have to sign any contracts, but I feel like there's just a general understanding of like if I were to leak classified information, I would be disappeared. See, in Europe, there's like labor laws, and like the government actually cares about catching corporations doing sketchy stuff. All that sissy liberal stuff. Oh, absolutely not. I'm a corporate cuck. I love the company. I'm all about that shareholder value. Before I started streaming, my my username on like everything for like video games was shareholder value. Peace out, Brownie. Thanks for hanging out, dog. I'm not gonna say it again. I'm a corporate lackey. How about we leave it at that? It's a nice little island. A little. It's actually a pretty big island, but like it's my belief that like corporations are what governments wish they could be. All the same resources and power, none of the capability. Cactus kind of is really annoying. I'm having a pretty chill day. I slept a little bit better. I still couldn't fall asleep, but I stayed asleep, which was nice. Yeah, the dinner was good. And I just had like kind of just a chill day. Like my boss is out of town. There's only really one thing I need to do this week. I'm gonna finish it tomorrow. I get paid to play video games on Wednesday. There's a Rocket League tournament at work that I got voluntold to participate in. So for 4 hours on Wednesday, I'm just gonna play Rocket League. Which I think, if you divided my salary, I've only played like 4 games of Rocket League in my life, but most of the people I work with are like 60. So they don't even know how to hold a controller. But if you divided up my salary, and then Lyrics, thank you for the Rosa. Turned it into an hourly wage, I think that makes me one of the highest paid streamers. Granted, I'm not going to stream the Rocket League tournament, but I'm getting paid to play video games. I think I can make it to the semis. The problem is I have to go up against this guy who was a competitive esports gamer in college, specifically for Rocket League. Like, that's what he played, and he's going to destroy me. Thank you for the finger heart as well. Bro is gonna make me regret ever touching the game. I don't know, but I feel like if you were just playing Rocket League all day, every day, and like had coaches and stuff, and like competing on a professional level, you're probably way better at Rocket League than me. But my partner, because it's duos, my partner has played before. So I've got that going for me too. Hopefully the esports guy has a partner that's like never played video games. That'd be sick. I've been practicing, don't worry. I did not. I didn't even get to pick to play. I got a message from my assistant vice president that said, you were representing the team at the Rocket League tournament, and I said, you got it, boss. Because when somebody with little letters in front of their title tells me to do something, I just do it. I don't even ask questions. You'd be surprised how much weight those little letters carry, man. You start putting words like VP and C in front of there. See, my company owns like club seats at pretty much every major sporting event in America. And they like they do like a lottery every game to see who gets the tickets. And the reason I put that in air quotes is because conveniently every time it's somebody who's an AVP or above. Without fail, every single time. Yeah, which, like, don't get me wrong, we're a very officer-heavy company. Like, there's a lot of assistant vice presidents. But it's still just mad convenient that they're hanging out in the boxes all the time. And meanwhile, us little people, I didn't mean to turn this into pods all, no. Well, I'm gonna get a lot of wood, though. What's up, Swag? Welcome back. You're the soccer field, dog. You play soccer? Minecraft's OG bed color wasn't red. You're pro? What? Like MLS pro, or you're just really good at soccer? Semi-professional? Nice. I actually know a semi-professional soccer player. Now he plays futsal, but... Or not futsal, indoor soccer. But not futsal. Like I don't know how to explain. Arena soccer? A functional casino? Interesting. Let me think about that for a second. There's no dark oak over here, is there? Of course not. That'd be too easy. That's why I was laughing, Josh. Yeah, the video of me running for my life. There was a better, like, moment in that mod, but then I realized you couldn't see it in the recording. because it was too dark. Like, on my screen, I saw it perfectly, but when I went back to go look at the recording, it was really dark. So I was using Man in the Fog, which is very similar to the Cave Dweller. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good actually. I was like, oh, this is pretty good. There was a lot of funny moments. The map was shaped like that because I spawned here at what some might say the tip of the cucumber, and now I'm down here at the base of the cucumber. Some might say. Honestly, I probably just need to make a horror mod pack because I've been like unimpressed with a lot of the ones. Flared base, bro. That's so crazy. Hey, yo. That was a good one. That was a good one. Locked me in a room. Bro, you don't need coins. You just spend $1,000 on a gaming PC and then play free mods. It's a great investment. This is not legally binding financial advice. What's going on, Johan? Allegedly. Sure, mob. Mr. Kraft, this is her. This is she. Alright. I don't know how you guys... I feel like a lot of people get their TikTok accounts banned, like, super often. Actually, I need this. Look, we don't have to have this conversation again. Fahrenheit is objectively better for weather than Celsius. There you go. I am eternal. You can't escape me. about the other one? What? I don't understand. Like, who's been watching me the longest, you mean? Oh, Kelvin. I don't know about, like, who is still, like, regularly watching me. But Yanni still pops in every once in a while, mostly to see if I'm on the server. He's been around for a really long time. Four Wheeler too, he's been around for quite some time. I'm trying to think who else has been. Mob's been around for some time. BLB, Vex, Issa have all been around. Halo. Although I haven't seen them in a little bit. I wonder, they all kind of like disappeared at once, but it was like last Thursday, which was the last daytime stream, so, I mean, not that far. Yeah, you've been around for a bit. It's supposed to be a big coal vein, jeez. Whoa! I'll have to check if there was an update. I'll have to or I'll have to update something on the server. Free iron! Dude, that was a long time ago. Why did you follow me? That was like probably the lamest stream. Just me like sitting there slamming my head against the wall trying to figure out how to move all that water. I think I started streaming around 1200, maybe 1000. I mean, really, you gotta think about it. Like, I haven't been streaming for all that long. It's only been since, like, the end of, or the beginning of March. It's about 4 months. On TikTok. One more piece of iron would be fantastic. My real name is Eric. Which you guys can call me Tempest, Eric, Temp. I really don't care. Come on, what's up, brother? Welcome back. Thank you for the share. So when I was making my streaming name, so your streaming name has to be unique, right? Like, it can't be shared with other people. So I kept trying all these different names and they were all taken. And yeah, it's funny because sometimes my friends will refer to me as Tempest, like, in person. And I, like, kind of cringe. But, anyways, I was looking for a name, and so I started thinking, like, okay, let's use a different language. You know? And so I tried a couple names in Spanish, I tried a couple names in German, like the different languages that I knew well. And then I was like, okay, what about Latin? Because I know a decent amount of Latin. And so Tempest means storm in Latin, and then Ignium, the second part of my name, when you put it together with Tempest, it turns into Firestorm. Because the way what Latin works is like some words have different meaning depending on what word they're with. So my name actually translates to Firestorm. Hey, is he there now? What's up? Your man friend. Yeah, it's funny because like every other platform I have all these like overlays and everything that have like flames and stuff. Like it's all fire themed. But TikTok like doesn't let me do that. Which sucks because most of my audience is on TikTok. Yeah, and I told you it was a date and that was really dumb. It wasn't a date? He's lying. He's a liar. I thought you said that at the end he said like sure or something like that. Like I have recently gotten into anime, so I just finished Death Note, and I have watched Attack on Titan. So I'm about to start Bleach as the next one. Yeah, there you go. You could count it. It's a date. So I was right. What are you talking about? I don't really do PvP, bro. It's not my vibe. Yeah, so I was right. What do you mean? You just said it wasn't a date. This clearly sounds like a date. Like, somebody back me up here. Am I going crazy? Because this is sounding like it was a date. I do, brother. We talked about WWE the first time you were in the stream. I have seen Dragon Ball, and I have seen some of One Punch Man. I want to do One Piece, but oh man, it's gonna be hard. It's like 1,000 episodes plus. You get me, that's what it means. Rage, hello! I'm using fresh animations for my animations, by the way. Dear Mother of God, it is so hot in this room. Yeah, there's over 1,000 episodes. Aren't they still coming out? Haven't they not finished it yet? That's part of the reason why I'm waiting to start One Piece, is like, it's just gonna take so long. I want to hit some of the other ones. This is not my full-time job. I just do this for funsies. I'm in it for the love of the game. I work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, to earn my living. And then I come hang out with you guys for a little bit. And chill out, decompress. Nothing like a little bit of craft after a hard day's work. I want that Iron Man. Is that emeralds? No. Stupid copper. It has been a while, hasn't it? Haven't you hopped on? Didn't you hop on sometime over the weekend? Weren't you in one of the late nighters? I thought I saw you jump in one of them. Do I watch Love Island? I watch Love Island with my wife. I thought I saw your name because when I was getting off, I was like, oh, everybody, like, I'm gonna get some sleep. And then I saw your name and I was like, Rach, go to bed. But I assumed you were probably sleeping. I watch Love Island with my wife. Now, I like to make jokes the whole time. I like roast the people on the show. My favorite target this year has been Mackenzie. It's like, so you know how like dudes watch a bunch of brain rot shows that are just like really dumb garbage TV shows? And I'm not talking about like, I'm talking about like Smiling Friends, you know? It's a brain rot TV show. Right? I feel like that's what Love Island is for like women, you know? It's like, nobody can take it seriously, but it's like, it just hits your brain a little different. Right, it's more so like you just talk about the show. Like, it's not necessarily about the show. This is Java Apex. I don't know how to explain this. It's like, it's not good TV in the sense of like it's some like well-made or like super like moving TV show, you know? It's just like, I don't know, yeah, it's brain rot. You just talk about it. I don't know. Like, yeah, that's a good comparison. It is kind of like Big Brother. I don't know if I have a favorite couple because I can barely remember any of their names, but the one guy whose name I do remember, shout out my boy Caleb. I want him to win. I don't care who he's dating. That dude is the realest one on that show. I always think it's funny because, like, every season that I've seen, which is like 3 of them, I don't know, do it all at once. Problem solved. Bam. I always think it's funny though, Love Island is like all about like drama and they find like all these really dumb people, you know? Because it's like, you know, super attractive people, so they all like are like full of themselves and just generally not smart. And they always find one guy that is like super down to earth, very intelligent, just like doesn't do anything wrong. And he's just like sitting there the whole time like, what the hell is going on? And I always like latch onto that guy. I'm like, I want you to win. You deserve it. Talking about Soul was her name. This is my hardcore, my new hardcore world because I got murdered. I'm taking this one extra slow though. I'm not gonna rush through it. Thank you for the roses, Parky. Appreciate you. Congratulations on your title. No, they never do. They never win. I'm always rooting for them, but they never win. It's because they're not dramatic, you know? So people are like, oh, their relationship was never tested. Don't tell me what to do, alien. I will die in 1 minute. Anybody ever My wife made me watch this with her. Did anybody ever watch Ultimatum? It's another like reality dating show. I don't know if there's any successful long-term relationships out of it. Like, I'm sure there's at least like one or two, but I'm not sure what the numbers are as far as like people that like stayed together and then broke up like later on. I just like, because of the premise of the show, I can't take it seriously. You know, they're like, oh my god, I just love so-and-so, they're so awesome. I'm like, you met 3 weeks ago. Okay. Like, I feel like a dad when I watch that TV show. They're like, they like say and do things. I'm like, shut up. Put your clothes back on, dang it. You've known this boy for 24 hours. I think I've seen one episode of Love is Blind. Somebody asked me about Love Island. Oh, which one? Which TV show? That's a fun fact. You know, that's a cool one. Oh yeah, I'm big on Wipeout. It's a good one. Have you ever seen World's, or no, it's not World's Dumbest. It's this TV show from Canada, and I don't remember how I found it or why I found it. Oh, Get Out Alive. That's pretty sick. I'm gonna have to go back and look. I used to watch that show a little bit. There's this show called like Canada's Worst Drivers or something like that. Canada's Dumbest Drivers. I can't remember. Hilarious. They find these people in Canada that just like can't drive. They can't do it. And they basically like force them to like learn how to drive correctly. I think it's hilarious. There's like one episode where they find this woman who like straight up like assaults her like husband or fiance every time he's like, you need to look at the road, honey. She's like, shut up, and like beating him while she's driving. It's like Canada's Worst Drivers or something like that. God, man, I gotta look this up. I don't even remember what I watched it on. I was just like bored. It was like Canada's... Yeah, Canada's Worst Driver. It's from 2005. There's 14 seasons. Crystal is the girl's name that just goes absolutely ballistic in the car. She like loses it. I don't know why, but I was like, this is good. This is good TV. The Canadians were on to something here. I feel like that would be strange, like watching somebody you know win a reality TV show. A whole parade? I don't think I have. What am I doing? I can't remember the name of this TV show, but they only made it for like 1 season. And it was like a social experiment TV show. And the whole point of it was to be like, oh, like... it was something like, women are better at being in charge. I can't remember. But it was like... This girl gets dropped off on an island with like 10 of her ex-boyfriends or something. And they're supposed to like survive or whatever. And the whole like build up to this, like before they get dropped off, she's like, oh my god, they're all gonna be fighting over me, like blah, I'm so worried, like blah blah. And they like drop them off on the island. P.S. They don't tell any of the guys that the ex-girlfriend's the girl. They just say that like, oh, there's a girl that's gonna be in charge. They drop them all off, and the guys realize, and then they all become like best friends. And the guys just become like best friends, and they have like no interest in this girl whatsoever. And she like doesn't know how to do anything. She's just like, I think we should get some food. And the guys are like, we already took care of it. Like, so they canceled the show. And it wasn't even like the guys like hated her. They just like became friends with each other instead. Ghost, what's up, brother? Valak, welcome back. Like, to my understanding, like, none of the guys had like animosity towards her. They were all just kind of like, well, this is weird. And then they like, over the course of like 3 days, they were like, this is the best time of my life. Kevin, thank you for the follow. I think what a lot of people miss, though, is I 100% genuinely believe that women are better at creative problem solving, you know? Like, men will always attempt to take, like, the easiest, like, first solution. Like, our brain's just like, yep, this is how to do it, and we just go do it. But, like, women will definitely... Have you guys seen that video where the people are trying to, like, pull them... It's, like, a line of, like, 10 people, and it's, like, 10 men and 10 women, and they're trying to pull, like, a hula hoop. Like, everybody has to go through the hula hoop, and the men are sitting there just, like, yanking each other through the... Like, pulling the hula hoop and everything. And the women just, like, one of them holds the hula hoop and all the other girls, like, run through it. Yeah, like, that's exactly what I mean. It's like, men, like, would never, ever think of that. Like, we would not take a second to be like, ah. Like, I think men work together really well, but women get very creative with problem solving. Like today when I was going to dinner and I was like, oh my god, I can't find my wallet. And Lex goes, did you check the pants you were wearing last night? Didn't even occur to me. Wasn't even thought in my brain. My stupid gorilla lizard brain was like, where is wallet? You know, and I'm just like tearing through everything in front of me. Where is wallet? Apparently, a lot of that's biological. Like, men are not men are not good at looking for stationary objects. So, like, if we don't put something exactly where we expect it to be, we'll just, like, completely lose track of it. Not saying we like forget. It's just like if something gets moved from where we expected it to be, like we won't look. I mean, it's true, bro. You can look this up. Could be ADHD. That's true.
Why are you crouching on the cross?
That is a mod ghost. It's called Squat Crow. Oh, I should have saved an iron for a shield. Far more important than boots.
Thank you for the very important information. Also, is this a new hardcore world?
I know this is gonna shock you, Ghost, but I died. That's what happened. That is called Jade. So it does a couple of things. So if I look at my furnace, it'll tell me like what's in it. Same thing with the chests. And then another thing it does is for the crops, it'll tell me like how close they are to being grown. And same thing with like animals. So there'll be like a countdown, like matures in, 40 seconds or whatever. But yeah, Jade. Jade. Absolutely no problem. Happy to help. I am doing good, Yemen. How are you? I actually have a headache, but I think it's because it's just stupid hot in here. Let's make a couple more torches. That's not cool. I don't know what the high was. I think the high today was 97 or something like that, but 92 is pretty hot for Illinois, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's not even like technically summer here yet. And 34 is cold. What is that in human temperature, please? $93? That's pretty warm. That's pretty warm. There you go. You know, now you have a right to complain. Shout out all my Kelvin homies. I guess let's get a door and get some of this underwater ores. Should have made a shovel too, but oh well. Oh, that's great. Always raining. Come here, my precious One Piece. Sick. I'm actually probably the worst influence when you have stuff to do. Like, I'd be hanging out with my friends in college, and they'd be like, oh, okay, I gotta go, like, study for a test. I'm like, or, you could not do that. And they're like, I could. I was like, you could just sit here and drink instead. There was this bar in college. It was a fantastic place. I might cry talking about this. And they had a wing deal. It was $5 for 10 wings. Artemis, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. $5, 10 wings. Right? You can't beat that. It's insane. So thank you for the 8 roses, too. On top of the $5 wing deal, they also had, it was dollar wells for happy hour, which was from 3 to 8. Whoa! Peace out, Yemen. Thank you for chatting with me. You have a great day too, man. Artemis, thank you for the 67 roses. 67. Anyway, they had, it was dollar wells from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. and then they had happy minutes where it was like $1 per beer every like 20 minutes for like 3 hours. So at like 3 o'clock to 3:20, 4:20 to 4:40, and then 5:40 to 6. It was like dollar beers. Anyways, me and my friends would routinely blow off all of our responsibilities to go to this bar and drink for hours. Right? Well, then one day, we've been hitting it. Also, at this point, like, the waitresses know us by first name. They're bringing us our drink of choice without us asking. Right? We look at the tab one day, and we had spent $50 each. No food. Just drinks on dollar beers and dollar mixed drinks. In the course of 5 hours. And we like looked at each other and we were like, we can't do this again. Like, we gotta stop. $50 each. I mean, you know, that includes tax, but still. Yeah, I mean, you do the math on that, that's 10 drinks an hour. Granted, some of them are beers, but still. Dude, it was crazy. Oh no, I can go. I can go for a bit. I have a very high tolerance. Weird. It is still around, but they changed all their prices. Like, so COVID hit, and the wing deal changed from $5 to $7, and now I want to say it's $10. Which still, like, dollar per wing, okay, like, whatever, but... And they got rid of... So the beer that was $1 was their own beer that they brewed, and it was actually pretty decent, right? But the worst part about it was they would only... Well, the beer, you know, is like, whatever, 3%, 4%. The mixed drinks, though, it was always... Oh, they had $2 margaritas all day, every day. That was another quirky thing about this place. So we would be just slamming margaritas and, you know, whiskey cokes and... Yeah, and then, they did this thing on Mondays, either Sundays or Mondays, where you could call the coin flip for a free burger, right? This place was awesome, dude. It was the greatest experience of my life. And like they had live music and there's pool table, dude. It was so great. They still have the $2 margaritas. But the worst part about the beer, it was their beer that they brewed, but there was a rule that you couldn't order another beer until your beer was half empty. They wouldn't bring you multiple drinks, and that was supposed to slow you down, right? I'm a big Guinness fan myself. So it was supposed to slow you down. Well, it had the opposite effect. We would all just slam the beers. Like, I would tell the waitress, she'd come up with like a, you know, plate full of beers, be like, here you guys go. I'd be like, don't go anywhere, right? Wham! Like, slam the beer, put down the glass. I'm like, another. So we were ramming, like, sometimes in 20 minutes, we would drink like 6 beers each. It backfired horrifically. Oh man, it was the time of my life. It was awesome. Some of my best memories were me and my boys just sitting in those booths. Cause you just put in the fraternity like group chat, you'd go in there and be like, hey, I'm at JJ's, come meet me. And sometimes there'd be like 15 of us just sitting there listening to some guy do covers of like, you know, I don't know, Bruno Mars. He's drunk. They had karaoke night. Oh, dude. They also, weirdly enough, had really good cheese fries. Like, probably some of the best cheese fries I've had in my life. It was pretty sick, I'm not going to lie. When I went to Europe, somebody asked me about it. They were like, oh, like, are you in a fraternity? Because I was still in college. And I was like, yeah, I'm actually, like, vice president of my fraternity. And they're like, what's that like? So I'd pull up all these videos and pictures and stuff I had on my phone. And they'd be like, oh my god. Like, I remember I lived at the fraternity house. And my fraternity was a little different. You know, it wasn't quite what you, like, would think of. Happy birthday, user. But one time we had this party, and I had, like, a friend from back home was visiting me, And so I went upstairs. I'm talking to her because I lived at the house, so we're upstairs. And no, it wasn't Smarty. It was just like when I joined, it was like a small fraternity, and we like built it up. So like we were all really close. Like everybody knew each other. It hadn't turned into a Daddy's Money Soku club yet. It's getting that way now, but you know, what are you gonna do? What was I saying? Oh yeah, I go upstairs, I'm talking to this girl, and I'm like, oh, let's go back downstairs. Right. So we leave my room, we go downstairs. There were so many people in this house. There were so many people in this house that when I walked down the stairs, didn't even get all the way down. I got to like the landing in the middle. My glasses fogged because of the temperature difference from like upstairs to downstairs. It was crazy. The whole floor would like bounce up and down because it was like a wood beam foundation. There's videos of us like, what's up with what? The floor bouncing? Oh no, so the house I lived in was built in 1850. So it was all hardwood, right? Like all real hardwood. But the foundation were these like really thick beams in the basement, right? Kind of like, imagine this is like, you know, longer. But like this beam supports the floor and this beam supports that beam. Well, we found out when I moved in that this beam that was going down, that was supposed to hold up the floor, wasn't touching the ground. It had broken. So we had to like re-concrete it. But I don't know, I feel like that's kind of like one of those myths they say about America and Europe. Because like, for example, my house is made out of brick. Like, it really just depends on, like, where you live in America. Yeah, I feel like brick is the most popular these days. But I know, like, in the Northeast, wood houses are very common. And, like, older houses are typically made out of wood. My God, I saw Paraguay beat Germany. I was there. I saw it. Which absolutely wild, by the way. That means technically, you know, we beat Paraguay 4-1. So like, are we better than Germany? You know, I'm not gonna go that far, but I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. I will say one truth about American houses, though, is we do have much thinner sheetrock than Europe. But a lot of that is because most of our buildings were built after, like, insulation became a thing. So I'm on day 6. So we are not far into this one at all. Yeah, I feel like hotter. Well, typically, you know, like especially older like buildings, they used like what was like nearby. You know, like what was plentiful. So a lot of hotter climates like that is like brick. Like brick is more brick and stone or more plentiful. So like a lot of older buildings in Texas are made out of brick. Same thing with California. But like my house was built in the 1950s and it's brick, but it's not solid brick, right? So Dream, welcome back, brother. Oh, Goon Squad. Let's go get him. Come to my house. Shoot me, bro. I don't know why, like, the pillagers do so much less damage than, like, skeletons. But Corey, thank you for the heart, man. What's up, brother? That's pretty sick. Yeah, my old fraternity house, not the one they live in now, but the one that I lived in. It was originally a house for people that did bad things. For not nice people. No, no, no. It was for people that used other people for affordable labor. I don't think I could say the word on TikTok. I think that's a no-no word. Look, dude. I don't know what to tell you guys. Large house.
You have 1 hour to prepare, then I double dog
Built in the 1850s in Arkansas. Okay, it wasn't that big. I don't think it was ever a plantation, but there was a separate staircase in the kitchen, and the only reason people ever built those back in the day was so that they didn't have to see the help, if you catch my drift. That place was also stupid haunted. Right. That's what I'm saying. They're for service, but, you know, I don't think that's what they were calling. I think they were calling him some other words. But all good, though, because it became a fraternity house, and we were, like, best buddies with the black fraternities. I don't have anything, like, crazy from the fraternity house, because it was mostly just, like, you'd see stuff out of the corner of your eye, or, like, doors would, like, you know, open and close. But my mom's family owned like a really old house in Connecticut, and that place was creepy. This is a solo Java world, demon. So my mom's side of the family immigrated from Italy, and all of the kids became lawyers and like college professors, right? They like saved all their money and like sent one kid to college, and then that kid helped pay for the other kids to go to college, and like so on and so forth. Right? So they're very successful after like one generation. And so they bought this very large, like older home that they all lived in together. It's like a multi-generation, like all the uncles and aunts and everybody. And that house was built in the 1700s, right? And that house probably was a plantation. It had plantation vibes. There was a separate building that my family tore down that was made for the servants. Let's put it that way. But dude, we'd always see this like maid all the time, you know, like walking into a room when we were like coming into a room or whatever. And so I had an aunt, my Aunt Rose, who had Lou Gehrig's disease, which is, for those of you who don't know, it's ALS. So by the time I was like old enough to remember, she was like almost completely paralyzed. She was like wheelchair bound, like couldn't really talk, right? And so we'd always hear what sounded like her talking to somebody in the upstairs room, but obviously that's not possible because she can't speak. And then we'd go up there and like there'd be nobody there, right? But yeah, the ghost maid was interesting. You'd come back and like clothes that you like put on your bed would be like put somewhere else, you know, or whatever. Yeah, my Aunt Rose had ALS before they had the cool computer systems. She didn't get the Stephen Hawking treatment. There was this one bathroom too that like I just always had terrible vibes in. It had like this giant like mirror, you know, like when you go to like a tailor or like a dress shop or a suit shop, they have like you stand and there's like 3 mirrors so you can see like in front of you and to the sides. It was like that, but oh, creepy. I love cars. What's up, brother? Peace out, Dream. Does this not go any deeper, man? I feel like it has to. I see more caves on the minimap. I never saw nor read the Notebook, so I do not. So this, I was literally about to say this is suggesting there's a tunnel right here. Ouchies. That I've already been to. Awesome. Now it's suggesting there's a giant cavern, like right here. I just started this hardcore world. There we go. And I am looking for diamonds Dude. Can you stop? Jesus. Whoa! Yikes. We do have a minor brother. Were you guys ever told as children that you shouldn't sleep in front of mirrors? Yeah, I was like banned from having mirrors in my room. There's like mirrors in the house, but the room, absolutely not. Yeah, I saw that. Let's eat. Okay, so we need 25 for a full suit, and then let's try to get around 40, I guess. Everybody knows nothing bad happened in the UK in the 1800s. Oh, free lapis. I'm almost out of torches. Let's go get the 3. I placed like 3 torches over here. Yeah, I like spammed torches. Oh, cross. Whoops. I was like, where'd he go? Any other? I really don't want to go back up yet, but I do need torches, otherwise I will die. TJ, what's up, brother? Good thing I put that there. It is you. Welcome in. I do. I use Complementary Unbound for my shaders. He does that every stream. He like joins randomly and I'm like, I lost the game. Like, bro follows me just to do that. Well, that's pretty lame. Glad you're back, though. Yeah, you messaged me and you're like, why haven't you been streaming lately? I'm like, dog, what are you talking about? Streamed 6 out of the last 7 days. Yeah, I can't block him at this point because, like, he's committed to the bit, and I respect that. Seven, thank you for the follow. See if we can find some more coal. There we go. I feel like deactivating someone's TikTok account is more than fighting, bro. That's pretty crazy. Bro, what? You've never tried to cheese it before? You fibbing. Pause. I don't know how to explain the flavor of Cheez-Its, honestly. It's got like a very unique flavor. Like, they are cheesy, but like in a weird way. I don't know what cheddars are. Yeah, I know. That took some real strategizing there to get out of that one. Um. No, I died once today. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. To be honest though, I'm kind of glad I wasn't really vibing a whole lot with that world anyways, and I died like right at the very beginning. But this world seems pretty chill so far. Victoria, hello! Yeah, this is world 3 of the day. Oh yeah, I guess I did die, like, in the first world, yeah. You right, you right. Well, one of them was I had already been playing on. And the second one, I had like literally just started and forgot to get stuff to make a bed. And I got mobbed with like no weapons or armor. No pun intended. I do have a base. Ooh, zombie head. Ooh. Senna, hello! Something's wrong with your TikTok, why? Guess what it looks like? It looks like a house mob. Cider, what's up, brother? I feel like every day is Rose Tempest Day these days. I don't know. Halo said that too, but like I didn't do anything. You can. So I have a mod that adds every mob head. So you can get any head of any creature in the game. One time I got a salmon head, and that was awesome. I'm gonna have to find like a spawner because it's like a random drop chance. Pause. I don't really play Bedrock a whole lot. But I like any of the ones that add like machines, really. Two. Look, it's a nice little house. You guys are a bunch of haters. Oh, it's a creeper head. You guys are gonna regret this when I delete my account. Alright guys, it's ridiculously hot in here, and I have to go get ready for bed because I have to be up and ready to go to work in 7 hours. So, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Sorry I was a little bit late today, guys. I'll be back on tomorrow. Tomorrow's Castle Day. We're working on the Castle Town. Castle. Yay, Castle. But anyways, you guys get some sleep. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody.